back through and see anything that we might have missed or if we get stuck. And just also know that your field marketing specialist, we are here as well. We can help you guys with this one-on-one, building out your website, putting as much customization on it as you see is fit for your branding, because it is your business and your brand. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into InTouch. So I'm just going to go to mycbdesk.com and click on the InTouch app. I have mine at the top just because I'm in it every day, multiple times per day. When you pull that up, it's going to come up to your main dashboard. And then we're going to click through on the website. Now, before we click on the website to go in and edit our site, we want to make sure that we do a little bit of housekeeping. We want to make sure that all of our account information is correct moving forward, because that's going to reflect on all of the marketing that comes out through the system and on our website. So I'm going to go ahead and click on account. And I'm going to click on my account. And from there, again, we've gone into InTouch, account, my account, and that's going to throw us into our main page. It's going to give all of the information for us. We can edit by clicking on the blue edit button. Our display name. So this is the name that's going to pop up when someone visits our website, any of our marketing pieces that we send out, if it's a postcard or an email. So you'll see here on my specific website, mine says Angie Myers, and it has Field Marketing Specialist. And that's because that's what I have used as my display name. I can also do, maybe I have Realtor. I have that there. And again, your title should be either Realtor or salesperson or associate broker. And Realtor should always be, per the National Association of Realtors, should be all caps with that little registered symbol. So if you're wondering how to get that little registered symbol in there, it can be a little bit tricky. If you have a keyboard, if your laptop has the little numbers pad to the right-hand side, you are able to press down the Alt key and type in 0174 on that numbers pad, that 0174 with that Alt key. And then when you let go of all the keys, that little register symbol will just pop up. Sometimes you're able to use Control, Alt, and R. On mine, it's just not working. So we're also able to go to Google. You can type in a registered symbol and you'll see it will come up down here, and you can just highlight that and copy, and then you're able to just paste it there as you need it. Now mine does say Field Marketing Specialist, only because although I am licensed, I don't compete with you guys. So I want to make sure that I'm also compliant with the law for me. So your display name and your legal name. Your legal name is what is found on your real estate license. Your display name would be also what is found on your real estate license. So you'll see here that I have Angie included. Now, I did pay $25 extra to the Maryland Real Estate Commission to be Angie on my license. If I had not paid that money, if Angie is not included on my license, I would have to be Angela, because that's my legal name. So just make sure that this does reflect what is on your license. If you do not have a nickname, let's say, again, my name is Angela, but I go by Angie. If my license says Angela, all of my marketing must say Angela, and it's Maryland real estate law. That's not Coldwell Banker. Also, I can put in my designations. I do want to make sure that those designations per NAR are in alphabetical order. If you don't know which of the designations has that little registered symbol, you can go and also Google NAR designations. It is the very first thing that pops up, and it's going to take you through, and it's going to show you all of the designations, which of these has that little registered symbol and which do not. So you'll see like GRI doesn't have it, but some other things like SRES does. So just know that that's there for you. And I want to make sure that my designations are up to date. Some designations that we earn are evergreen. Some we have to pay for every year. We just want to make sure that we're always up to date. If I'm a member of a team, I can check that here. You can include your license. That's not required in Virginia, DC, or Maryland. I believe it's only required in California and Hawaii, but you can put your license number in there if you choose. Then we also want to include a cell phone number. We want our office number in there, and then contact methods to share on the website. Please note that if you uncheck any of these, it will not appear on your contact card on your website. So if you hit my contact card on my website, other than having a really large photo right there, right here, my preferred contact methods are email, phone, and text. That gives that the option to the prospect, or Zoom or Google Duo. Now, it does let them know that video chat is only used for prearranged appointments, so they're not just trying to call me via one of those methods. If I had gone in and checked FaceTime or Skype or WhatsApp, they would also appear here. Just know that if I uncheck them, they don't even appear on my website. So my website isn't going to be like, hey, contact me. By the way, I'm not going to FaceTime you. It just won't show up. Also, your external email, so your CB Moves, CB Realty, reply to email. So this is going to be the email that's used on your marketing designs if you send out an email, anything of that nature. And I'm just going to have external email. I want that to come through to my cbrealty.com. I'm going to have my marketing address is going to be my office address. I don't want to put my home address here. And then I want to make sure I have my realtor logo and my equal housing logo checked off. Now, I'm technically not a realtor because I'm a referral agent, again, because I don't compete with you guys. So I'm going to uncheck that for my compliance reasons. This is also where I'm able to put in a bio summary and a bio. Now, with InTouch, it can be a little confusing. We have our bio here, so your professional bio should be here. When someone goes to your website and they go to your About page, I've renamed mine Meet Angie, you're going to see that's going to pop up at the very top of the screen. There's also another section at the bottom of the screen where you can put additional information, video, any content that you want. I always like to point this out in the beginning. Because this bio that is here in my account at the bottom of the screen does reflect at the very top of your About page. In a minute, I'll show you where the bottom portion can be found, but just know this is at the top. You can also do a very short bio summary, and where that would be found is any place on your website that you use a contact card. This is known as a contact card. There are many different templates in the system. This is an agent contact card. It has my name, it has my title, and it has that little short bio synopsis. Now, you can include a contact card that does not include the bio synopsis. It just has your contact information, but just know that that is where that will reflect. If you don't have a full bio already written, the system will autofill a bio for you. Just know that every Coldwell Banker agent has the same bio. Having one that is specifically written for you lends to your search engine optimization. So it's going to be much easier to find you on Google, Yahoo, Bing, all of the search engines. It's going to pull you up in the ranks. It's going to make you much easier to discover for those people that are Googling you and trying to find a real estate professional. Also, when someone refers you, they're going to be able to get your information. It's going to be easily accessible. And that's really what I want to build my business. I want to be as easily accessible to as many people as possible because I want as many people as possible to call me. Let's do business. Then at the very, very bottom, and of course, I do want to save if I have included anything there. I want to save that. If you don't have a professional bio already written, I do have to give a shout out to the Design Concierge team. They do a fantastic job writing a bio for you. Once you sign up, they'll send you kind of a questionnaire to fill out, and a professional writer will write that on your behalf. Once you have that copy, you can edit as you see fit and place it here. I also want to add social media. So anytime I'm adding social media anywhere that's public for my Coldwell Banker Realty business, I want to make sure that it's my business Facebook, my business Instagram, my business social media. When someone's clicking through on my Facebook icon on my website, they're not clicking through to see my personal profile on social media. They're looking for a way to connect with me on a professional level. So when someone clicks through to Facebook, you want to make sure that they're finding you on your Facebook business page. Let's say you don't have a lot of social media. Maybe you just started out, you haven't gotten to that point yet. You can also use, you'll see here, I've used Coldwell Banker Instagram. It's okay to use the Coldwell Banker social media. You can find that by going to mycbdesk.com. I can click on the marketing tab over here on the intranet. I can click on social media. And at the very, very bottom, we have a cheat here for you. All of the social networks for Coldwell Banker can be found here. I do always highly recommend at least a Facebook and a LinkedIn are your own business. So I have my LinkedIn here. The blog I simply have is Coldwell Banker, and I have only included 4. The reason being is because only 4 icons are going to show up on my website. I want full control of my marketing, so I've put the 4 on there that I want displayed. And again, you can just click on social media. You can go in and choose the type that you would like. Maybe you have MySpace. If you have a YouTube channel that you put all your listing concierge videos on, maybe that's something that you want to showcase. Make sure that you put that URL. And again, the easiest way is just to go to that specific page, copy that URL, and paste it in there. Once we're done with this page, we want to move over to our menu bar on the left for my account, and we want to click on Office Info. Your office info should just come up with your office information, but we want to edit this information and make sure that we are in the Eastern time zone. It will default to Pacific. And sometimes where that will come into play is if you use the messages, the reminders, things like that in the system, it will be a little off. So we want to make sure we're on Eastern time and that all of our information is here. If you use a fax, please make sure that you include that as well. Also, next on the list are our images. So I want to make sure that I have a professional headshot. I have a logo, and here I just use this to show that you can have your own marketing logo on here. My professional headshot, this is going to be the exact same photo that you will find of me if you find me on Facebook Business, if you find me on LinkedIn, Realtor.com, Zillow, any of the places that you find my Coldwell Banker Realty business, you are going to find the exact same professional photo. And when I say professional photo, I just mean that it is a photo that someone has taken of me, whether it's a professional photographer, it's not a selfie. Just something that looks really great, because remember, this is your first impression. So this is where you would include that, and then your marketing logo. So you'll see here it says upload logo. When I click on that, the system is giving me the images that I'm allowed to use. I do want to make sure that anytime I am marketing, I am never a CV star and I am never Coldwell Banker. I must 100% of the time be Coldwell Banker Realty, because that is what is reflected on my real estate license. Real estate law says that that's what I have to use. So here the system has made it very easy for me to choose the logo that I want. All of these are compliant. You can choose any that you would like. However, I would highly suggest using the Coldwell Banker Blue, only because if I use white and I go to send out an email, The background will be white. I'll have a white logo on a white background, and then there's no logo at all. So I've gone ahead and I've just selected the one that I prefer. You can choose any of the ones that you like. And for your office, for the About page, I've had a lot of agents that have asked, well, what can I put here? Now, you can put information about your office, a photo of your office, but I'm going to make this tailored to me. So maybe I have my own logo. Where you're going to find that is if someone goes to your your About page, or like I said, I've changed mine to Meet Angie, and they scroll down to the bottom, you're going to find that photo, that office photo is going to be down here. So I have the option of going in, uploading my own logo. Again, you can upload any photo that you like. Just make sure that you have the license to use it. I never, ever, I'm going to just go to Google and find a photo. You can get caught for copyright infringement. I have worked with several agents who have had that happen to them. It's not a fun ride. So just make sure that you own your photo. You can put that photo there. The other option that you have in here is activity alerts. I have all of mine checked off. If you were to go to my website right now and you were to sign in and do anything, I'm going to get a text message on my phone that lets me know that you are there. That just helps me as an agent, reach out to the clients that I need to reach out to prospects, and just know kind of what's going on my website. I also have a status setup. So this is going to be the pipeline when you come into your home page. You can set this up any way that you want. You can change all of the colors, determine if you want to show that in your pipeline, determine what order. So anything from top to bottom, when you go into your pipeline, you will read from left to right. And then I can also go in and edit that. So this was originally made contact. Maybe these are people that I need to make contact with. So I can go ahead and change that name. The status was updated. And I can determine if I want to show them in my pipeline or not show them in my pipeline. And then probably the last thing we'll go through on this page is the MLS setup. So when you're new to Coldwell Banker and you come in, all of these are present on your website. I can share any home that's listed by Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate, Century 21, Coldwell Banker, or ERA, because we're all part of Realogy. Where that comes into play is there are not many Better Homes and Gardens Real Estates in this area. There's not many ERAs, maybe a few Century 21s. It's predominantly Coldwell Banker. What happens then is if someone were to go to your Agent InTouch website and they were to type in, let's just say we're going to type in Westminster. Just as an example, I want to search for Westminster homes for sale. You're going to see everything that's coming up is listed by either a Century 21. I just happen to know the real estate center is Century 21, or Coldwell Banker. So these are our Carroll County regional office. But the other issue is now it's giving me the other agent's name. I don't want another agent on my website. I don't want their name there. So what I want to do is set up my IDX. So I'm able to go in here, add that MLS feed, select the Bright MLS, and go ahead and save that. So you'll see that once you've saved that Bright MLS, now mine, because I'm an employee, it's never going to allow me to connect my IDX. And you might say, well, what is an IDX? So that's an internet data exchange. I do have a shortcut on my website, angiemyers.cbintouch.com, under Welcome New Agents. Even if you're not a new agent and want to know what this is, how to set up your IDX. It's going to explain what this is. I also have a more detailed explanation for IDX that's going to explain what it is, how did it come to be, how does it work, and why do I need it? What can it do for my business? Basically, it's going to pull all of the current listings, anything that's active or pending. It's going to take them, it's going to put them on my real estate website. And that just means that when people go in, instead of seeing listing courtesy of Robert in downtown or Ronald in this particular office, it's just going to say, this particular, maybe Keller Williams or Coldwell Banker or Long and Foster has listed it. It comes straight from the MLS. I can go to your website. I can look at everything that is currently on the market in that particular area. I will say that the MLS, the Bright MLS, will charge you, I believe, $10 a month to utilize that. In my opinion, best $10 I'll spend in real estate. You'll see now when I click on Sandy's page, because she does have that IDX set up, hers looks different than mine. Here I have listing courtesy of, I have the other agent's name, I have the other agent's office, and here now it just says listing courtesy of. This just means that she has every single listing that's currently available in this particular zip code. I can look at everything. That makes her site much more valuable to me as a prospect, because now I'm able to go in, click through, look at the pictures, get the information that I need. The other benefit is now that there's more in here for me to look at, as I scroll through and I start looking at properties, what the system is going to do eventually, depending on how you have it set up, is it's going to pop up and ask me to sign in. So Sandy has hers set a little, hers is a little bit higher, so I can scroll through in a bunch of properties and look at them before I'm made to sign in. But here it goes. So now it's going to make me sign in. If I want to keep looking, I need to give her my name and my email and continue to the listing photos, or I can just register with Facebook. This is a really nice button. I'm just going to go ahead and click that I want to register with Facebook. And now I can go into Sandy's page and I can look at everything that's on the market. I can look at anything that I want. I can favor these properties. I can share them with people. The benefit of that is now I'm in Sandy's CRM. Now this person that has come in and looked through is in your CRM. They're in your database. You can go in, you can market to them. So the directions for how to set that up, your SSA is able to help you. Your field marketing specialist can help you. It is something that as an agent, I do have to set that up in the Bright MLS. I do have instructions here for you if you need them, step by step with screenshots, because I myself am a very visual person. And then once that is all set up in the system, you would just come back in here. You're going to add your agent ID number here. It will pop up to add that, and that's going to be your MLS ID number, and then your office ID number as it is in the Bright MLS. And you can go into Bright MLS, you can search yourself, that number will pop up for you. Or again, your SSA or FMS can also help you with that as well. Just to touch on it, just so that you know, there is the mobile app. You can go into the App Store or Google Play. You can get the Market Leader app. It will come up with an ML and it will show in a blue swoop underneath. And if you have that app on your phone, you can come in here. You are an existing customer. Get your PIN, put that in, and that's going to connect your phone to your InTouch system. And that is how I get all of those lovely text messages on my phone. If you were to come in today and register on my website, it's going to pop up on my phone and I'm going to automatically know that you're there. I've had agents come in searching around on my website in the evening and it pops up on my phone and I know that they're looking at something. So just know that all of that information is there for you. So does anybody have any questions about anything that we've gone over up to this point? Okay. I do have the, go ahead.
No, I was just saying no.
Okay, no problem. Also, if you don't feel comfortable shouting it out, you can also place that in the chat. I do have that pulled up next to me if you have any questions moving forward. So we're going to keep going. We're going to go into our website. And this is where I have the power to control my marketing, control what my website is. And you might say, but I don't even know what my website is. I don't know what it looks like. Like, how do I know what to put on my website if I don't know what's already there? That's a very good question. You can go into website, the world website right here, and you can click on view site. And what that's going to do is that's going to pull up your website in another window, and you're able to go through and access your website and see exactly what content is already included. So once you do that, you're able to click on website and edit site. So the very first page that's going to come up when we go into edit is going to be pages and menus. So this is really the structure of your main website. And you'll see again, anything that I read from the top to the bottom will come out on my website from left to right. So you'll see I have home, Meet Angie, local communities, again, home, Meet Angie, local communities. I do have a sub page here. You can see that it's indented. So anything that you see here that's indented means that if I hover over that tab at the top, it's going to come down on a drop down menu, and I'm able to click through and I'm able to access that information. Now mine will be a little different than yours because I'm an employee and not a selling agent. So I'm really able to go in and make my page the way, my website the way I want it. You definitely want to make sure that you only have about 8 to 10 of these headers or these tabs at the top, just because once you get to too many, they'll start wrapping around. So you'll see if I make this really big, then I have to use arrows to scroll through. We want to make sure that when someone is at 100%, they're able to view every header that's there. And if they're on a mobile device, if they're on a tablet, that they're able to see what we have. Also, maximum character count. So for these header tabs, we don't want to make these too long in their titles. So we want to make sure that 20 is the maximum characters that we have. And again, shorter is always better, depending on if they're looking at a tablet. And a lot of people use their mobile device. Your home, your search, your about, your sell, and your communities pages cannot be unpublished. You cannot delete them. They must always remain on your website. But you can add different ones. You can also take anything that you have and move it around. So you'll see here, I just changed the order, and I just want to save that once that order is changed, or maybe I want to change that order again. I'm able to do that, and it's going to save in the order that I want that in. Again, remember, top to bottom is going to read left to right. So whatever makes sense for you. Yes, and I will provide instructions for the IDX. I'll make sure that you get those. So also in here, I'm able to go into each page and I'm able to edit that page. So I can add customized content. I can add different sections, otherwise known as widgets, to that page. I can rename that page. So you'll see here I have an about page, and my about page just says Meet Angie. Just because I want it to be a little more personal with mine. Also, I have SEO settings. I would highly recommend, if you don't do anything else with your SEO settings, if that's not something that you are even aware exists, that you go in and change it from Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage to Coldwell Banker Realty, if that's what it says. You can always Google SEO settings and meta descriptions, or meet with your field marketing specialist. That's something that we can also go over in detail and help you with as well. So before we jump into pages and menus and all of the things that we want to do, we're going to go over to the left-hand side and we're going to click on website appearance. Once we do that, we're going to have a few options. So this is where we're going to set up the appearance of our website. And don't have any worries with this. Anything that you do will automatically appear on your website. You can see what it's going to look like in real time. And if you don't like it, you can go back and change it immediately. Any updates that you make in this background area will come up automatically on your main InTouch agent website. So you can see here, I've changed my logo, and this this website logo is different than your marketing logo. So remember, we were in account. In my account, we had gone to my images and there was a logo there. That's going to come out on our emails. It's going to come out on our postcards. So that's where I'm going to choose most likely a Coldwell Banker blue logo. Here I have the option to also choose a white logo. And the reason for that is on my particular site, you'll see that my header is a very dark blue. It's Coldwell Banker Blue. So I have a white logo. If I put a blue logo here, you're not going to be able to read it. It would defeat the purpose. I always like to point this out first because as we get into the website wizard, this color may change. And I'll show you that now. So your website wizard is where you're able to go in and select the website layout that you prefer, colors, fonts, images, things of that nature. So I'm just going to go in and launch the website wizard. So here you'll see this is what I want my website to look like. And I have 3 different layouts that I'm able to choose from. It's going to give me a little bit of information, so I do want to read through. So this is just letting them know we have a menu here. It is over a transparent overlay. It does feature the logo front and center, and the menu is right below. Tips to optimize the layout. I want to make sure that I use a logo that has a landscaped shape. So this right here has the landscape shape. I have used the logo that's all the way horizontal because it fits there very nicely. I want to select menu text that is dark or light, depending on what my background is, and also an image that looks good with the logo. Well, here I'm also able to change the text color. So maybe I want my text to be light. I want my background to be dark, or I want to flip flop that around. Maybe I like that really light background and a very dark text. I can do that for any of these. I can do that for this as well. You'll see that the menu bar is at the top. And again, I can change that to whichever preference I have. And then here you can see it's kind of like the first one, but everything is justified to the right-hand side. And again, I can change that look any way that I want to at any time. So then when I hit the next button, that's going to push me into accent colors. So you're going to see that I automatically have the Coldwell Banker Blue. So that 012169 is that Coldwell Banker Blue color. I have a secondary color is gray, and I've chosen a font. There are a lot of different fonts that you can choose from. The Roboto or Open Sans are recommended for readability on all devices. You'll see here I picked Tradewinds. It's kind of a funky, scripty kind of style, but you might be sitting here saying, I don't know what crimson text even looks like. Once you click on any of these in this pop down, you're going to see the font style will automatically show up. My font style here will be written in crimson text. It will be written in any of the font styles that you choose here. You'll see when I choose Tradewinds, it is that funky style there. Also, my headline text color here, I've just chosen, again, that Coldwell Banker Blue. If you have a design concierge logo, you can sit with your field marketing specialist. We can go over, they will give you a primary color number, and you are able to go in and put that hex number in this system. Let's say I have a logo and my logo is gray and purple, just for whatever reason. I'm able to take those numbers, put them into this system, and then my header up here can also reflect my personal marketing logo. So just know that we do have the capability. You also have the capability in here to change these and make them whatever you want. So let's just say, for the sake of this class, we're going to make this purple of some sort or pinkish. So if we've made that purple, and then for this one, just to show you as an example, we're going to make that one lime green. I don't suggest this, but just to show you what that's going to look like, we're going to hit the next bar. And this is where we're able to add some photos. So these are going to be the images that are going to scroll through on the back end of your website. So I've come to your website, I see this wonderful, beautiful photo, and we have the option, you'll see it just scrolled through, to have up to 4 of what's called hero images. Now, there are different things that you can do. These images on my site are all stock images. You can go to BrandServe, find some beautiful images there. There are images in the system that you can select from, and also unsplash.com has free images. I'm also able to upload my listing photos. You'll see that because I have a headline here, my headline just says marketing done right. I can add a headline. It does darken the photo just a little bit, but I can put 123 Main Street. I can put the photo here. I can put search 123 Main Street, and that will pop up as well. How impressive to win a listing to let someone know when you list with me, not only am I going to give you, and I'm telling them all of the listing concierge features, but I'm also going to put you on my main website because that's what I push out to everyone. So I'm just going to go in. I'm going to hit the edit button. When you first come in, don't panic. You'll only have one photo. So I have 4 because I've already gone in and uploaded them. But from the edit screen, you can choose. You can add your headline. Just know, again, they do display in white text in the center of the image, and the image will darken slightly to make sure that the text is easily readable. So this is where I'm able to say, you know, search 123 Main Street for more details, you know, and they can plug that right into that search button on my website. A meta description, I've just put my name here. And then choose. So choose is where I'm actually going to go in and select the photo that I like. There's no wrong answer here. Again, just make sure that you own the photo. I'm going to go ahead and hit website. If I'm in my images, anything that I've uploaded onto my website will save. So you can see I've done this for a long time. I have a lot of photos on my website. I can go through and select from something I've already uploaded. But most likely I'm going to start with the catalog. So this catalog button, again, I've hit edit, I've hit choose, and I'm going to look at banners. And what you'll see here are stock images from Coldwell Banker. I can choose any of these images that I see fit. You'll see here, there's the photo that I've chosen. Once I've chosen it, it will pop up right here. I can see that that's the image that I would like. And again, I always highly suggestible and suggested in best practices to select something that looks like the area that I'm selling in. I probably don't want Seattle here, or a desert, or even maybe unless I sell at the beach, I don't want the beach there. But something that looks like my neighborhood. Where I would buy and sell, I live on the water. I'm literally right near the water, so this does look very much like my area. And then I'm going to save. I'm going to go through and hit edit. And I'm going to do that for each of the other photos. You can have up to 4. It's only mandatory that you have 1. You also want to make sure if you have your own images, they're not larger than 15 megabytes, only because that's going to slow your website down. And if somebody's on your site and it's very slow, they're going to leave and go somewhere else. So I've added my images. I've clicked on next. And this last screen, you'll see here that purple, that purple that I added is going to show me what my website is going to look like. We'll make this a little bigger so we can see it. And this is where I'm able to say, yes, I want my cell phone on the main page. I want my office phone, my social media links. I can turn them off. You'll see they disappeared. I can turn them on. You'll see they're going to reappear. And again, this is just, you are required, at least in the state of Maryland, to have your office name or your brokerage name spelled out. So we do kind of qualify for that with our logo, but I've included it anyway. I'm also showing the search bar on the main image. That little search bar here, I can determine, do I want that to be in the middle, on the right, on the left, in the middle, completely? Do I want to put that on the bottom? Maybe over on the side, maybe the bottom on the center. Again, anytime that I select from the display location, that's going to pop up on my website. Or maybe I don't want that to show up at all. Some agents have said, well, why would I not want a search bar? In the case of Christine, she has completely removed the search bar from her. Oh, nope, she added it back. So she added it back here, but you can also add a search bar underneath. So just note that you have that, and also you can type what you want it to say. Just know that when you click on it, it will give them examples of what to type. So it could be your dream home awaits, search your dream home, find your dream home, and then I'm going to save. Once I've saved, that is where I want to then hit website and view site. What that's going to do is it's going to show me that my header is now purple. And as I scroll through, my secondary color will also come up in a very bright lime green. So if I decide that those colors that I've chosen, I don't like them, I can go back at any time into this website wizard. I can go through to the colors. Again, just select those colors from these little tabs here to make it easy and hit next, and save. And what that's going to do is now I can immediately go into view site, and that color is going to be restored back to my Coldwell Banker blue. No more of that outlandish purple that I had chosen. So just know that you have that option to really make this your own. And if you have chosen a white background, that gives you the option to then go back in here and change it to that blue logo. So you'll see if I choose this blue logo and I go to my website, it's probably not going to update it right away, so that's not really going to be able to show you very well. But I want to have that white logo for that blue background. Also in pages, again, you can go in and you can edit those any way you see fit. We're gonna show the home screen now. If I go into page and I go into edit my page, I have the option to build this any way that I choose. Your masthead area or that hero image is always going to stay at the very, very top. The rest of the page I can kind of play with and put in any order that I would like. So you'll see you have the option here for a section, and over here you have the option for widgets. So widgets are going to be your building blocks. And how do you hide something that you have already created? So that's a very good question. You're just going to go in and, for example, let's say I want to hide additional training or CVU workshops. I can click on the page here and there's an unpublished button. So I don't want to delete this because I don't want to have to create it again from scratch, but I can click on that unpublished button. You'll see now it's grayed out, and I want to make sure that I save it. That just means that now if someone goes to my website, they're not going to see that CVU workshop. And then when I'm ready to publish it again, maybe I've worked on it a little bit, I can hit that publish button. It's going to pop back up into a regular, it's not going to be grayed out anymore. And I can hit that save button. And now I've published it again. So just know that you do have that option. Anything that you create in here, you can publish and unpublish, except for these pages here. So again, we're going to go into that home page. We're going to edit our page, and the building blocks for the page are going to be these widgets. Maybe I want an agent contact card on my main site, on my main home screen, so that someone can get in contact with me. I want to show what communities I've served, featured properties, recent sales, search properties, testimonials that I've included or someone has added for me, custom content, or just an image. If I have an image of an upcoming property that's coming soon, any of that kind of thing, I can add those. So what those are going to look like, you'll see here I have some custom content. As I scroll down, this particular widget is a custom content widget. And you'll see it has a kebab menu over here. So those little 3 dots, that 3-dot ellipsis, when I click that, that's my menu bar. I'm going to click on edit to go in and change any of this information at any time. I can also move this further down the page if I don't want it at the top. If I delete it, just know that if you delete this custom content, it's gone forever. There's no trash can to restore it, so I don't want to delete it unless I know I definitely want it gone. You'll see here several of my offices moved. I have their information. I'm also able to put video, any kind of custom content that I want. If I want to showcase my listing concierge videos, maybe I have a video of me talking to people and I want to introduce myself, I can do that. I also have the opportunity to put a testimonials widget as well. So you'll see from widget, I have testimonials. From this menu bar, I'm also able to click and edit. So this particular one, because it's already pre-designed, I have the option of giving it a headline if I choose, and I have two options to choose from. I can choose visitors can scroll through and click through the buttons and read more on my about page, or they can scroll through and again, do it the same way. It just looks a little bit different. There's no wrong answer here, just whichever one you prefer, and then I can hit that save button. Then I'm going to go down to the next. And again, these are sections I've already added. If I want to add that section, I'm just going to click on it. It's going to drop it down to the very bottom of my screen. So here I've added a search properties bar, and I'm able to click through again and edit that. And you'll see that I can have a white background. I can have a different format to my search bar. I can do accent 1. So remember, this is my Coldwell Banker blue. Before it was purple. And then this is my gray before it was green. So this is going to be my second accent color. Whatever I've chosen in that website wizard is how that will appear. And again, I can choose anything that I want and save that. As I go down, you'll see local communities. Now, when my local communities come up, I have a lot of communities served that I've already inputted. They all have stock images included. So that's what's going to come up. If you don't have stock images, the system will just pull images for you. And again, I can determine what I want that to look like by editing this information. You'll see here, these are some of the stock images that come up in the system. Maybe I want 3 to be shown on my website, or I just want one community to be highlighted at a time. I just want a stock image and I want them listed in a very plain font, or maybe I want some script. Here I have, it can be blue, it can be gray. Again, remember those accent colors that you chose are the colors that will come up here, and I can save that to the system. Then as I scroll down, this is my agent contact card. So I'm able, again, once I've added that, I can edit. This is where my bio summary is going to appear, and I can scroll through, and again, I can select any of these that I like the most, whatever you prefer. Here's that primary, here's that secondary color, and I can save those as well. And then I have some custom content. Down here, I have what are called sections. So I've used the sections. I've sectioned out 4 sections. So I've clicked on that and I've added it. And then in each of these sections, you'll see each section has custom content. I went in, I'm a Canva user. I used a photo. I can just take a photo from BrandServe and I can add custom content. And I did a hyperlink for each of my Prospect Square reports. Now I have a lot just because I deal with a lot of different offices. I'm a referral agent. I want people to be able to access the information. Someone can just go to my website and you'll see what that's going to look like on the other end. So as we scroll through, I have that custom content, those agent reviews and recommendations. For me, those would be your clients. So people can click through, they can look through. If you click on read more, it's going to take you to my about page. Just know something newer, you can hit the recommend me button. You can have your clients, family, friends, colleagues, and other give you testimonials directly on your Agent InTouch website right here for you to get those testimonials. And then as you'll scroll down, you'll see that I also have that search bar there. I have local communities. Again, I have stock images on mine. You can hit the refresh button. They're always going to come up with something different. The system's always going to show something different for you. I have my agent contact card, some, again, custom information, and now I have my Prospect Square reports. So I did hyperlinks for all of my reports. Your area reports in Prospect Square are evergreen. They are live links. They update automatically for you every single month. So I'm able to go in and click through on any of these. And now I have my area report from Prospect Square. and I can scroll through and someone can get that information from me. And I've also given a little bit of information about what this is and why do they need it. And also, you know, if they want to take additional steps to property ownership, let me know. I'm happy to help. And then down here, I have some more custom content, and this is just an example of how you can embed some video. I can play my prospect
All on one level. This 3-bedroom
so I
ranch.
can do, you know, my listing concierge videos, any of my marketing. I can include that here if I want, or on any of the pages that I have. So that's just some things that you can build out. Again, you would just click on that widget. You know, recent sales, if you have recent sales or featured properties, I can click on that. I can determine from here, you know, maybe I want to say, you know, featured properties or active listings. And I can determine what I want that template to look like as I'm building it. I can save that to the system. It's going to put it all the way down on the bottom there. You'll see I don't have an IDX. I don't have any listings that are in here, so mine isn't going to pop up with anything. I can also go in and delete. Remember, I said if you delete it from here, you're sure that you want to delete. Once it's gone, it's gone. But I can also go in and I can add these. I can play around with the order that these are in. So maybe I want my testimonials to be at the top. I can hit the move up button, and that's going to take that and move that to the top for me. And then once I get to that hero image, I can't move up any further. Once I have this the way that I want it, I'm going to hit preview and save. And it's going to show me the preview button. So the mobile, what does it look like on a mobile? What does it look like on a tablet? What does it look like on a desktop? And then I'm going to save it. If I haven't gotten to that preview page with mobile, tablet, desktop, it's not going to be on my live site. So I definitely want to always go in, preview and save again. And then any changes will be on my site and be live. So also, I do want to touch on very quickly the testimonials. You're also able, if you have Zillow testimonials, take just the paragraph of what someone has written to you, take their name. You can hit the add button here. You're also able to go in and add that content here and hit save. So let's say that you've decided that you have too many in here. I like to have all of mine, but maybe you only want a select few, and I want to go in and delete that. I can just hit that X button over here. Again, remember that red delete means it's gone, and then it's going to take that out for me. And again, all of these will display on my website. If you go to my Meet Angie page, they will scroll through my testimonials, but here they're always going to be here. And you'll see we have Steffi, Cindy, and Leslie. If I hit the refresh button, now you'll see I have Roseanne, Andrea, and Steffi. So it's always going to take them and put them in a different order to refresh them and kind of make it a little bit different every time someone comes in. And then last but not least, just to go over communities served. So when you go into pages over here on your menu bar and you have the pages and the menus, you're going to see a communities page. Now I've renamed mine, local communities. So when you go to my website, it says local communities. And on mine, I have a lot of information. So I have local school information. There's libraries and sports teams. Who knew we had women's football? You know, local colleges and universities. And I have a lot of information that you're going to find on your communities page under pages and menus. That's going to be the very top of your communities page. So I can go in, hit that edit button, and here's all of the information. I have hyperlinked all of this. This was information that I Googled just to give some local information, and then I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now, if I want to go in and put in community served, you'll see I have options on the left-hand side that are also mapped out for me of all of the different areas, a lot of the different areas. I'm still not done putting in that my agents serve, that I help as a field marketing specialist. This information can be found under communities served. So we have communities, and that's the top of my communities page. And then we have communities served, which is at the bottom of my communities page. Once we click on that, you'll see I have a very large list, but from there you want to click on Add Community. And this is where you're able to put the community name. You want to put the area. I'm a very big fan of putting in the zip code because that's going to map that out for me. It's also going to give more information when someone clicks through. So this is just an example of what you can do. I have a really bad cell phone picture here. You can put paragraphs with lots of links. I literally just Googled all of the information in this area, some different organizations. I have the history of this area from Wikipedia. There's different businesses. Again, these are just examples. You don't have to do these things, just some of what you can do. Local schools, these are just all the schools that are in this zip code. If someone were to click through, they're just going to go to greatschools.org. Again, I can't give them any information about the school. I can't talk to them about the school, but I can send them in a place to get that information. I can also click here to view local videos highlighting this community. And I've included a personalized, customized Moxie presentation for this community. I've gone through and I found some information on YouTube. I've cited the original sources so that I am not plagiarizing, but I'm giving some different information about these places. And again, those original sources. I also have my updated area report here as well for this specific community. In addition to being on my main page with the county, I can get that information for just this zip code. I can click here for the hyperlink to get to that report, or I can use an iframe and I can put the report right here on my website. Somebody can get that information. I have the option to put some additional photos. And right down here, if you have an IDX, it's going to pull all of the listings from the IDX. Someone can click right through. You can see I don't have an IDX here, but it will click through and they can get that information. And again, community description, this is where you're able to put as much or as little as you want. You can hyperlink, you can add photos, you can embed video. Some key characteristics, maybe you want to add your own instead. Add that image here. Just remember, you have to own the image yourself. It can be a brand serve image, something maybe that you've taken, you had professional photos taken and you had them take some images of the community. SEO title, I like to include the community information and then save. Once I've hit that save button, that's going to take me back to community served. What I did was I just went in and added everything first. Once it was added, I went back in, hit the edit button, and this is where I started adding some additional information. So you can see Aberdeen, although Joppatown has a lot of information in it, if you go to my local communities and you click on Aberdeen, they will come up in alphabetical order. You'll see here I do have a stock image of Ripken Stadium, and I have just a little bit of information. So just know that you don't have to put, you put as much or as little as you would like. Just be aware of fair housing when you fill out the key characteristics. Again, that photo that you own, and then save that, and anything that you update will come through automatically on your website. So I know that we covered a lot of information. We kind of went really fast. Just know that you're field marketing specialist. We are here to help you with this one-on-one. We can sit down, help you build out your community served, help you include your testimonials on your website, help you with that website wizard and getting that set up. Again, if you have design concierge, you have a logo, excuse me, we can help you get those exact colors in. You can brand your entire website to your logo colors and adding pages and menus and sub pages and all of the things that you want to include on your website. Again, you can go through and include examples of your marketing. I have a lot of things here. Mine's all directed at agents, but I will send you my website that you can go to. Again, how to set up that IDX is found on my website. and in addition to some marketing compliance, if you need email signature tutorials by Siri, by Bethany, I have all that stuff on my site. But just know that you can build these out any way that you see fit. Whatever it is that you want on your website, again, think of it, build it. You can personalize it. You can use it to build your business and your brand under the umbrella of Coldwell Banker Realty. But who are you as an agent, and why do I want to work with you? Here's my business card. Go to my website. You can find XYZ. So just know that that's there for you. If you have any questions, I will leave my website in the chat if you want to kind of go to my website and play around with it. I will email out the recording to everyone that's on the call. You will receive the recording, as well as I will give you a short list of agent websites that I like to go to, I like to look at. Sometimes it's easier if I go to somebody else's website and I'm like, oh, I like that. I want that on my website. And then if you're not sure how to do it, just know, again, your field marketing specialist, we are all here to help you with this. We are all very well versed in InTouch. I just like to show you guys what it is that you can do because we all build our businesses differently. So just know that that's there, and then I will stop the recording. So if anybody has any questions,